In the year 50,000 after Earth's ice age, the planet had changed. Where there once was ice and snow, green forests and clear rivers now thrived. Humans had adapted to their new environment, living in hidden cities built into the mountains. These cities were advanced, filled with technology from a time long forgotten. The humans had learned to respect nature and use its resources wisely, creating a peaceful life. Commander Elena stood at the edge of a great forest, gazing at the horizon. The sun shone brightly, lighting up the green leaves and flowers. She was a brave leader, known for her quick thinking and strong will. Today, she led a team of explorers deep into the heart of the mountains. They had heard stories from their elders about a fleet of ancient ships hidden beneath the ice. Rumors said these ships held powerful weapons and technology from a time when humans ruled the stars. Elena's team, made up of skilled engineers and brave warriors, was determined to find this hidden fleet. As they trekked through the thick forest, they discussed what they might discover. The excitement in the air was palpable, and Elena could feel her heart racing. "Imagine if we find the ships," she said to her team. "We could prove to the galaxy that humans are still strong." After hours of walking, they reached a large cave entrance, half covered in vines and moss. The cave looked dark and mysterious, but Elena felt drawn to it. "This is it!" she exclaimed. "This is where the fleet is hidden." Her team gathered around, filled with anticipation. As they entered the cave, their lights illuminated ancient carvings on the walls. The carvings told stories of battles fought and victories won by humans long ago. The cave smelled of damp earth, and the sound of dripping water echoed around them. They pressed on, the air growing cooler as they ventured deeper. After what felt like an eternity, they finally arrived at a massive chamber. In the center stood the hidden fleet, covered in ice but still magnificent. Rows of ships lay silently, waiting to be awakened. The ships had sleek designs with sharp edges and powerful engines, each one a testament to human ingenuity. Elena's eyes widened with wonder. "We did it!" she shouted, unable to contain her excitement. "We found them!" Her team cheered, their voices echoing off the cave walls. The realization of their discovery filled the chamber with energy. They had found the remnants of a powerful past, a fleet that could change everything. Elena moved closer to the nearest ship, touching its icy surface. It felt cold, but she could almost sense the power that lay within. "We need to get these ships operational," she said, her voice filled with determination. "If we can revive this fleet, we can show the Galactic Council that humanity is alive and thriving." As they began to work, Elena couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The stories of the Galactic Council, a powerful group of alien species, filled her mind. They believed Earth was uninhabitable, a dead world. If they knew about this fleet, they might come to investigate, or worse, try to destroy it. Elena understood the stakes. She had to keep this discovery secret until they were ready. Days passed as Elena's team worked tirelessly, repairing the ships and learning how to operate their advanced systems. The thrill of discovery drove them forward. They faced challenges, but each problem solved only brought them closer together. Trust and teamwork grew among the group, and Elena felt proud of her team. Finally, after weeks of hard work, they were ready for the first test flight. They gathered outside the cave, their hearts pounding with excitement. "This is our chance to show the galaxy that humanity is still here," Elena said, her voice steady. "Let's make history!" With that, they climbed aboard the ship, ready to launch into the skies above. As the engines roared to life, Elena took a deep breath, knowing that this moment would change everything. Little did they know, the Galactic Council was already preparing to send a team to investigate the rumors of humanity's survival. The hidden fleet was about to awaken, and the galaxy would never be the same again. In the depths of space, the Galactic Council gathered in their grand hall, a vast room filled with shimmering lights and alien technology. Representatives from various species filled the seats, each one eager to discuss the latest reports about Earth. The Council had ruled the galaxy for centuries, and they were not used to surprises. At the center of the hall, a tall, imposing figure named Chancellor Varric stood. He was a powerful leader, known for his sharp mind and strong voice. "Members of the Council," he began, his voice echoing through the chamber, "we have received troubling news. Reports claim that humans still exist on Earth." Murmurs spread through the crowd. Many aliens were skeptical. They had believed Earth was a dead planet, buried under ice and snow for thousands of years. That cannot be true, a representative from the reptilian race argued. Humans were wiped out long ago. Why should we concern ourselves with a myth? Chancellor Varek raised a hand for silence. This is not a myth. We have confirmation from our scouts. They report strange energy readings coming from the planet. We must investigate. The council members exchanged worried glances. The possibility of humans still being alive filled them with uncertainty. We should send a fleet to Earth, suggested a member from the insectoid species. If humans are truly there, we cannot allow them to gain power again. We must eliminate any threat before it becomes too strong. Another member, a sleek creature with bright blue skin, spoke up. Wait! What if humans have advanced technology? If they are alive, they could be valuable allies. We should send a team to learn more before we decide to attack. Varek nodded thoughtfully. You raise a good point. We must gather more information. A small team will be dispatched to observe and report back. If there are humans, we will decide our next steps based on what we learn. The council agreed, and plans were made to send a ship to Earth. Meanwhile, back on the planet, Commander Elena and her team were making progress with their hidden fleet. They had successfully completed the test flight, and the thrill of flight had ignited a spark of hope within them. They knew they needed to prepare for what might come next. Now that we have the ships flying, Elena said to her team one evening, we must train and strategize. The Galactic Council might send someone to investigate, and we have to be ready. Her team nodded, understanding the importance of their mission. They began conducting drills, practicing maneuvers, and learning how to operate the powerful weapons they had uncovered. The excitement of their discovery turned into determination as they worked together to become a strong, unified force. Days turned into weeks, and as they trained, Elena could not shake the feeling of anxiety growing within her. The Council was powerful, and if they learned the truth about humanity's survival, they might see Earth as a threat. They had to act quickly. Elena gathered her team one night under the stars. We need to be cautious, she said, her voice serious. If the Galactic Council comes, they may not come in peace. We must stay hidden until we are ready to confront them. Her team listened intently, understanding the weight of her words. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council's ship was preparing for departure. It was sleek and menacing, equipped with advanced technology to scan and assess Earth's surface. The team aboard consisted of highly trained agents who had faced many dangers in the galaxy. They were ready for anything, or so they thought. As the ship soared through space, the council members back home anxiously awaited updates. They debated the potential dangers of a resurgent human race. Some were eager to eliminate the threat, while others were curious about the possibility of forming an alliance. The council's ship entered Earth's atmosphere, and the agents began their descent. They were prepared for anything, ancient traps, hidden defenses, or even hostile humans. But what they found instead was a beautiful planet, alive with colors and sounds. As the ship touched down in a remote area, the agents stepped outside, their eyes scanning the surroundings. They were determined to learn the truth about Earth and its inhabitants. Little did they know, Elena and her team were aware of their arrival and were ready to protect their home. Back at the hidden fleet, alarms began to sound. Elena knew that the time had come to face the council. With a mix of fear and excitement, she turned to her team. They are here. We must show them what humans are capable of. It's time to prepare for what's next. As dawn broke over the hidden fleet, the sunlight streamed through the cave entrance, illuminating the sleek ships that had been buried for centuries. Commander Elena stood on the deck of the flagship, her heart pounding with anticipation. Today was the day they would reveal themselves to the Galactic Council. The time for hiding was over. Elena looked out at her team, each member buzzing with energy. They had trained hard, preparing for this moment. The air was thick with excitement and tension. We have worked too hard to keep this fleet a secret, she said, addressing her crew. Today, we show the galaxy that humans are alive and ready to fight for our place among the stars. The team cheered, their voices echoing through the cave. They were ready to launch, and Elena could feel the adrenaline coursing through her veins. As they climbed into their ships, she took a moment to appreciate how far they had come. Just weeks ago, they were explorers in search of lost technology, and now they were about to make history. With the engines roaring to life, the ships took off, soaring into the clear blue sky. The thrill of flight filled Elena's heart as they broke through the atmosphere. They were leaving Earth behind, heading towards the vast unknown of space. As they flew, Elena felt a sense of unity with her team. They were all in this together, ready to face whatever awaited them. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council's ship hovered in orbit above Earth, its sensors scanning the surface. The Council members watched with curiosity and concern. "Prepare for the worst," Chancellor Varric commanded. "We cannot underestimate what humans might do if they have survived." Suddenly, a flash of light caught their attention. The Council's ship turned to see a fleet of ships emerging from the atmosphere, glinting in the sunlight. The Council members gasped in shock. "What is that?" one of the representatives shouted. "Those are human ships!" Elena's fleet approached the Council's ship with confidence. She took a deep breath, steadying herself. "This is it," she thought. "This is our chance to show them who we are." As they drew closer, she sent a message to the Council's ship. "This is Commander Elena of the United Human Fleet. We are here to speak with the Galactic Council." Her voice was steady, but inside, she felt a storm of emotions. She had waited for this moment for so long, and now it was finally here. The Council members exchanged nervous glances, unsure of how to respond. Chancellor Varric stepped forward, his voice booming through the communication channel. "Commander Elena, do you truly believe you can confront us? We have heard tales of your kind, but we thought you were nothing more than a memory." Elena met his gaze, her resolve strengthening. "We are not a memory, Chancellor. We are alive and stronger than ever. You thought you could ignore us, but we are back, and we have the power to protect our world." The Council members were silent, processing her words. They had underestimated humanity, believing them to be weak and extinct. Now they faced a fleet ready to defend their home. "You dare to challenge the Galactic Council?" Varric replied, his voice filled with both anger and curiosity. Elena's team was ready. "We are not here to challenge you," she said firmly. "We want peace and understanding. But if you threaten us, we will fight to protect our home." Her words echoed in the silence that followed, and she could sense the tension rising. Chancellor Varric frowned, considering his next move. "Very well, Commander. You have our attention. We will allow you to present your case. But know this, if we sense any threat, we will not hesitate to act." Elena nodded, feeling a mix of relief and determination. "Thank you, Chancellor. We will show you that humans are more than you think." With that, she ordered her fleet to form a defensive formation, ready for any possible attack. The tension in the air was thick as the two fleets stood face to face. Both sides were unsure of what would happen next. As the moments passed, Elena took a deep breath, preparing to explain the history of humanity. She knew that this was not just about survival. It was about proving that humans were still a force to be reckoned with in the galaxy. And so, as the stars twinkled around them, the stage was set for a confrontation that would change the course of history. Elena was ready to reveal the truth about humanity's strength, and she would fight to ensure that the Galactic Council understood the power of a united human fleet. The tension in space was palpable as the two fleets hovered silently, each waiting for the other to make a move. Commander Elena stood at the helm of her flagship, her heart racing. The moment of truth had come. She glanced at her crew, all of whom were tense but ready. They had trained for this day, and now they would prove their strength. Chancellor Varric's voice boomed over the communication line, interrupting her thoughts. "Commander Elena, we will not be swayed by your bravado. We are prepared to defend our interests, and if necessary, we will act." Elena took a deep breath, knowing that her next words could change everything. "We do not seek war, Chancellor. But if you attack us, we will fight to defend our home." Her voice echoed with conviction, but deep inside she worried about what would happen next. Suddenly, alarms blared on the Galactic Council's ship. A sensor officer shouted, "Incoming vessels! They are approaching fast!" The Council members scrambled to their stations, readying weapons and defenses. Elena's eyes widened as she watched enemy ships emerge from the darkness of space, flanking the Council's main ship. "They're sending reinforcements. Prepare for battle!" she ordered. The fleet of human ships, sleek and agile, moved into formation. The crew worked quickly, hands flying over controls, readying their weapons for the imminent confrontation. Elena's heart raced as she felt the adrenaline surge through her. This was it, the moment they had all been training for. The first shots rang out, bright flashes of energy lighting up the void. A Council ship fired on the nearest human vessel, and the beam struck with a powerful explosion. Elena watched in horror as one of her ships took damage but remained operational. "Return fire!" she commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos. The human fleet retaliated. Beams of energy shot through space, finding their marks and striking Council ships. Elena felt a rush of pride as her team fought bravely, their determination shining through. They had come so far from the frozen ruins of Earth, and now they were proving that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. Varek's voice crackled through the comms again, filled with rage. "You dare to fight against the Galactic Council? You will regret this decision." Elena gritted her teeth, her resolve strengthening. "We will not back down, Chancellor! This is our home!" The battle raged on, ships darting and weaving through space, explosions lighting up the dark expanse. Elena maneuvered her flagship skillfully, dodging enemy fire while giving commands to her crew. They fought with precision and heart, their unity showing the strength of humanity. But the Council's forces were relentless. More ships arrived, their numbers overwhelming. The humans were outnumbered, and Elena could feel the tide of the battle shifting against them. "We need to regroup and rethink our strategy," she shouted over the noise. Suddenly, a massive Council warship appeared, its cannons charging for a devastating shot. Elena's eyes widened in panic. "All ships, evasive maneuvers! Move now!" Her crew moved quickly, but not all of them could escape. One of her closest friends, Lieutenant Kira, was aboard a ship that was caught in the blast. Elena's heart sank as she watched the explosion ripple through the void. "No!" she cried, her voice filled with anguish. Kira had been by her side through everything, and now she was gone. "Stay focused, Commander," her tactical officer yelled, snapping her back to reality. "We need to keep fighting. We can't let their numbers scare us." Elena took a deep breath, pushing her grief aside. She had to lead her team, for Kira's sake and for everyone back on Earth. "You're right. We cannot give up. We fight for our home, for our future." The human fleet regrouped, finding strength in their shared purpose. They focused their fire on the massive warship, targeting its weak points. The Council ships continued to press forward, but Elena felt a spark of hope. They were not finished yet. With renewed determination, the fleet launched a coordinated attack, striking the warship with everything they had. Explosions erupted, and for a moment the tide began to turn. The humans had shown their resilience, and the Council was starting to falter. But Varek was not one to back down easily. "Reinforcements attack!" he ordered, and another wave of ships moved in to flank the human fleet. As the battle raged on, both sides faced tremendous losses. But for the first time, Elena could see a chance to prevail. They were fighting not just for survival, but to prove humanity's place in the galaxy. And she would do everything in her power to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. With the stars as their witness, the battle continued, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The battle raged on, but the tide was beginning to turn. Commander Elena stood at the helm of her flagship, her eyes narrowed in focus. The human fleet had suffered losses, yet they had shown incredible strength and resilience against the overwhelming forces of the Galactic Council. As explosions lit up the dark canvas of space, Elena could feel a mix of hope and determination building among her crew. With their ships regrouped, the human fleet launched another coordinated attack. Their energy beams struck the Council ships with precision. Elena felt a surge of pride as her crew fought valiantly, working together like a well-oiled machine. "Keep pushing forward!" she shouted. "We can't let up now." As the human fleet pressed the attack, something unexpected happened. A nearby Council ship was damaged in the crossfire, and its crew was forced to abandon ship. Instead of fleeing, a small group of them initiated a distress signal. Elena's tactical officer, Lieutenant Harris, noticed it first. "Commander, they're asking for help." "They don't want to fight anymore!" Elena hesitated, torn between the heat of battle and the opportunity to show mercy. "Patch me through to them," she ordered. Her heart raced as she prepared to speak. "This is Commander Elena. If you surrender, we will not harm you." The response was shaky but clear. "We are tired of this war. We never wanted to fight you. We want peace." Elena felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps there was a way to end this conflict. If you truly seek peace, then join us. We can unite against those who wish to continue this fight. Help us stop the Council from making the same mistakes again. After a moment of silence, the Council ship responded, "We accept your offer. We are with you." Elena felt a rush of adrenaline. This could be the turning point they needed. "All ships, focus fire on the remaining enemy vessels," she commanded. "We need to protect our new allies." As the humans and defecting Council members fought side by side, They formed a new bond. The council members began transmitting information about their own ships, sharing weaknesses and tactics that could help the human fleet gain the upper hand. Elena could hardly believe the change happening before her eyes. Together, they struck with renewed vigor, taking down enemy ships one by one. Meanwhile, Chancellor Varric watched in disbelief from his flagship. His once unshakable confidence was crumbling as he saw his forces dwindle. "We must regroup and rethink our strategy," he yelled, panic rising in his voice. "We cannot lose to mere humans." But it was too late. The humans and their new allies pressed forward, fighting with fierce determination. The sight of council ships turning against their leaders was shocking to the remaining council members. They began to lose heart, their morale sinking. As the battle continued, Elena made a bold decision. "Let's send a message to the remaining council ships," she instructed. "Tell them they can surrender and join our alliance, or they will face the same fate as their fallen comrades." The message was transmitted across the comms, and Elena held her breath, waiting for a response. Moments later, a flurry of replies flooded in. "We choose peace," one ship declared. "We want no part in this war." Elena couldn't believe it. The council was falling apart, and they were gaining support. "This is our chance!" she shouted. "Let's make history." One by one, council ships began to turn away from the fight. They joined the humans, creating a powerful alliance that had not existed before. Elena felt a sense of relief wash over her as the battle began to slow. The Galactic Council, once a formidable force, was now in retreat. With each ship that surrendered, hope spread through the human fleet. They had not only survived, they had turned a fight for survival into an opportunity for a new beginning. As the last of the council ships fled, Elena and her fleet cheered. They had done the impossible. Not only had they defended Earth, but they had also shown the galaxy that humans were not a species to be underestimated. Elena turned to her crew, pride swelling in her chest. "Today, we have created a new alliance. Together, we can build a future of peace and understanding." With her heart full of hope, she looked out into the vastness of space. This was just the beginning. They had fought hard for their place in the galaxy, and now, with their new allies, they would work towards a brighter future. Elena knew that the road ahead would not be easy. They had much to learn and rebuild, but they were ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Together, they would show the galaxy the true strength of humanity and their newfound allies. In that moment, she felt a spark of hope that they would never let the past repeat itself.